First King Adventure stars Varamu, the rather laid-back prince of a fantasy kingdom. In order to be officially eligible to the throne, he must find and then make a pact with a series of spiritual beasts. The basic plot of First King Adventure risks being compared to Pokemon and its clones, especially as Varamu can summon the spirits he has a pact with at will. But thankfully First King Adventure plays out in an original way, giving us something different. Varamu is an interesting character. What makes First King Adventure different is Varamu's relaxed attitude, which is so encompassing that it starts to inundate the whole manga. Shortly into the first volume, Varamu finds himself transported to Earth. He doesn't understand how he arrived there, but never one to incinerate. He puts it into the back of his mind and gets on with looking for the spirits. In fact, no matter what dangers he encounters, Varamu never breaks from his relaxed mentality. First King Adventure does not just focus on Varamu. The children he befriends get a lot of time as well. However, as Varamu is the one who needs to make the pacts, and Varamu is the one who has control over the spirits after having made the pacts, in the first volume I couldn't help but feel that First King Adventure's other characters seem to have nothing to gain and no help to give. Most aren't even particularly interesting, so why did the manga spend so much time focusing on them? Another niggle I had with the first volume is that First King Adventure tried to work its own pilot into the story. I've no problem with the pilot itself. It's a nice short story. However, it's not clearly labelled as being as separate to the story, despite being so, and there's a large confusing continuity break when the main story starts on the page immediately after. Had the pilot been in the back of the book and labelled as a bonus, it probably would have added to the first volume rather than detract. First King Adventure is aimed at a very young audience. However, after reading it myself, I don't feel that it being aimed at kids is going to put off an older reader. Unfortunately, the poor pacing will probably do that instead. I felt that First King Adventure spent more time trying to woo the reader with its characters rather than actually doing anything or explaining anything. The pace is quite slow. Most of the panels in the manga are spent showing close-up reaction shots to the characters. I can't quite see any benefit of doing this. Unlike a TV show or a film, a book can't make the reader stop and stare at a panel. Having lots of similar panels with no movement in between just seems like a waste of space. Reading on, I found that the second volume seemed to be a little bit of an improvement. Varamu's new friends start getting more involved in the search for the spirits, which starts to cause Varamu problems. This justifies their inclusion and removes one of my gripes from the first volume. The story is a lot clearer in the second volume as well. Alas, at this point translation has stopped, so unless you can speak Japanese you won't be reading any further volumes, and First King Adventure won't be getting another chance to improve itself. I wouldn't go so far to say that I'd recommend First King Adventure. It's not that great and it's yet another unfinished story, but if you've got a young mind and an open mind, maybe you might like it.